Don't we all wish life was as easy as making lemonade? Yeah! Don't we all wish we could go back to a time where we had no responsibilities, where we had no life? So this is a video about making lemonade from the lemon that is your 20s. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want us to talk about navigating the 20s. Yeah, I think these life is nice, yeah. But I think a lot of people aren't where they thought they would be in their 20s, And I think a lot of people are saying that these aren't the 20s that they ordered. When I was younger, I thought when I reached 21, I'd have a car, I'd have a house, I'd have a thriving career, and I thought everyone around me, like my aunts and uncles, were lazy people. And like, what are these people doing with their life? What are these people doing with their life? Now I'm in my 20s, and I'm like, oh, okay, God, this is real life. This right here is real life. And I feel like no one ever tells you about the 20s, When you see 20s, you see glitz and glam. Probably when I was younger, I only saw people glitz and glam, Yeah, I'm independent, I'm out of the house, So yeah, the 20s just, people were like, hey. And I saw this tweet from a celebrity when she spoke about not wasting our 20s so that we have nothing to show for it in our 30s, And I feel like social media is just takes things out of context, I feel like people read to respond and to attack, There's a lot of people going through things of their own, insecurities of their own, and they just want to project it on people. I personally, I understand where she was coming from, As much as we want to play in our 20s, we have to just realize that there are 30s to consider, and 40s, and you have to realize that the actions and the decisions that we take right now are going to impact the rest of our lives, and that's a heavy burden to carry, but that's just how it is, And I feel like this time is very emotionally strenuous, emotionally draining for people. You look at your peers and you see that, people are into school with, they're thriving, they have careers, they have cars, they've graduated, and then you suddenly feel pressure, because, yeah, or perhaps you've graduated and you're like, I've graduated, but I'm not getting a job. What's happening in my life? And just everyone around me is moving. I'm miserable. Or perhaps you just thought, let me just drop out of university because this is not the life I ordered, and perhaps you're just trying things. But I feel like this is just a time of self-discovery. The 20s are a time of self-discovery. But it isn't really helping that we are trying to discover ourselves while we're on social media and we can see other people's achievements, And it's normal to just feel, I went to school with this person, and this person is driving a car. And I think school just gives us this flawed perception of life and this flawed perception of reality, When we were at school, we thought, the smart kids, the smart kids are going to make it, the smart kids are the ones that are going to make it, because the teachers always told us that smart kids are going to make it, and the attention was always on the smart kids. So as a person who was average or was not so smart, you perhaps thought, I'm not going to make it. Now, after high school, you see that, hey guys, life is a whole different ball game. Life is a whole different ball game. It really doesn't matter if you were smart or if you weren't smart. Life is just tricky and you can never predict it, Life is just life, and the things that you thought you would get, you don't have them. And I find that one thing that people do, they stuck to one plan, they stick to one plan, and when this plan doesn't work, they think things are not going well, they just want to take one route, and life doesn't work like that. One thing that I really want to encourage when you're navigating your 20s, just seek different routes. If you want to get I don't know, if you want to do something, seek alternative ways and alternative methods to get to the route where you want to go. You just focus on one route, on one straight route without taking into consideration that there might be traffic on the way, there might be an accident, you might have to slow down, there might be potholes along the way. We just think life is just one smooth journey. So I encourage that when something comes and deters you from your journey, just take a deep breath and say, oh, okay, I'm going there, but this route isn't working. Which other route can I take to get to the very same place? Or it's so funny how life sometimes gives you what you want, but not in the way that you expected it to give you. So I feel like I encourage you when you're navigating your 20s to be open-minded, guys. So rigid. So I encourage you to be open-minded. Just keep an open mind. But okay, I want this, but I it might not come in the way that I expected it to come. And I might have to change a few things. Let's say, for example, you might want an orange, and you see you can't find oranges, then you might have to be satisfied and content and happy with the lemon, as long as you got a fruit. Life, it never happens that people get what they want when they want it. The second thing that I encourage us not to do when we're navigating our 20s is just to attach numerical value to achievements. I think society sort of intensifies your achievement when you've done it at a young age. So now we always aspire to be like, yo, I got my PhD at 25, which is an achievement. But I feel like we shouldn't just put ourselves under that pressure, put ourselves under pressure to just do so much, because it looks like an achievement. Like you want to do something before you're 21, because it's much more applauded, I get you, but timelines are not the same. And someone might get what they want at 21 and someone at 30, and I know you've heard this before, but I feel like people know things and they don't implement them in their life. There's a difference between knowing something and implement it in our lives. Some things we know subconsciously, some things we've heard, we know, but we really do not implement them in our lives. And I feel like another thing about navigating your 20s, do not be too engaged in social media. And I feel like people are going to bash me for this, but I stand in this. Social media is very constructive and yet very destructive at the same time. It's very detrimental to mental health, because you go on social media, that's where you see your friends' achievements. Hey, man bought a car. And as much as we can say, no, I'll clap for people until it's my turn. It's not as easy as it sounds, and we can say things. And deep down it hurts you more than you'd like to admit, because it means that you're far behind than you thought that you would be at that stage. So, and another second reason for just encouraged to not be too engaged in social media is social media has this tendency of normalizing mediocrity. They normalize it so much, and you think, oh, okay, if I get a community of people who think the same way, we're gonna joke about things, and then yeah, it's normal, it's right, and it's not. Sometimes it normalize mediocrity. I saw the tweet the other day. I'm like, how am I supposed to buy property with 70 rand? When people were talking about how people shouldn't go drink and save the money, people were like, how am I supposed to save 70 rand and buy property with 70 rand? And people are like, imagine, yeah, imagine. And you as a person, because it gets so many likes and shares, people agreeing with this, you think, yeah, this is proper mentality. How am I supposed to do it? And I encourage you to see, I would like the saying, I encourage you to see paper entries. Yes, you might not be able to buy property with that 70 rand, but you can buy two chickens with that 70 rand. A chicken is 30 rand each. You buy two chickens, those chickens will expand, and then in the end, you'll have money, you have more chickens. Perhaps the chickens will get you a house one day. When people say that don't spend money, people aren't even saying don't spend money, but I think the thought behind that was that we as the youth, particularly people in our 20s, love spending lavishly without thinking about our future, And it's not to say that people shouldn't um, do what they want, buy alcohol. I myself support work hard and play hard. I think the amount of work that you do should be equal to the amount of play that you do. They should balance each other out. But if ever you're just playing hard and there's no work to balance it, then what are you doing? Even when you're working hard and there's no play to balance it, you're just going to exhaust yourself, and when you look back you will be like, I wish I enjoyed my 20s more. So I feel like there should be a balance between working hard and playing hard. So basically there's a balance. No one says that you shouldn't do things, no, it's just about the balance between the two, because honestly people who have worked in their 20s are gonna get things in their 30s. And people are gonna argue like, no, we're not the same, I might not have gotten a job, stop this victim mentality. Yes guys, all of us don't have money, we know it's God's timing, but what are you doing at this point in your life? I know that you're seeking for a job, things aren't going well, but what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? We like this thing of thinking that we're gonna be hired, we're waiting to be hired. Why can't you just go and volunteer? Why can't you just see and find things to do? I find that we're so rigid. We're so rigid in our approach. Yes, you won't get paid to volunteer, but at least you're getting experience. You wouldn't get the experience when you were sitting at home, would you? And stop doing things for stop doing things just for the sake of money. Stop thinking that the only thing that you need to work for is money. I feel like in the age that we live in, the only value we only see value in money. We don't see value in education. We don't see value in experience. So I encourage you to just see value and happiness in other things. Another thing about navigating the 20s, explore. I find that let me speak for myself actually. I find that when I was in high school, I had this, my vision was narrowed. I only saw this life in this particular type of way. I only saw life as this and this and this and this and this. And then when I left was high school, and then I started to see, what? No, this isn't life. And an example I would give is with careers. When in high school you only knew of 3 to 4 careers. And you didn't know about other careers. And so you thought, let me become a lawyer. When you get to varsity, you find out, no, perhaps this isn't the thing for me. So I feel like what we're exposed to is so narrow that we can't really find ourselves in what we're exposed to. So sometimes take this time to just explore yourself. Find other people outside of your circle. Just do things. Be risky. What other time is there to be risky other than now? You don't have responsibilities. You just be risky now. Like there won't be a time such as this one. And don't wait for other things. Don't wait for when you have a job. Don't wait for when you have... Hey guys, it's the 20s. It's time to enjoy now. Be present in the now. Life isn't going according to plan, yes. But it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy. And remember, I said balance. Balance between work hard and playing hard. You can't just outdo one certain type of thing. No. And what I encourage now is find your purpose. Find your purpose. Let's say, for example, you've you graduated but you can't find a job, or perhaps you didn't have money to go to university, or perhaps university dropout. I feel like each and every single thing happens for a reason. So find that reason. Find that reason. Find that reason. Find that reason why you couldn't go to school. Find that reason why you had to drop out. Find that reason why you aren't getting employed. Perhaps we're thinking that, oh, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for my life, and perhaps the universe and God has other plans for you. So when you navigate your 20s, try and find your purpose. Try and find your purpose. And how do you find your purpose? By exploring. Explore, explore, explore. I can't stress this enough, guys. And find alternative ways to do things. And I find that in our 20s, we think the only way to have fun is just getting drunk and wasting our youth away, just drinking. Yeah, you only live once, And I find that there's so much more to life than the immediate things, the immediate drinking, then the immediate clubbing, then the immediate partying, Hey guys, life is such a joyous thing. It's so joyous. It's such a nice thing, and I feel like we're given the choice to live, and yet we're restricting ourselves. We're restricting ourselves in terms of careers. We're restricting ourselves in terms of relationships. We're restricting ourselves in terms of things that we can do. We're restricting ourselves in terms of potential. Do not restrict yourself. Fail. Jump. 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 And don't worry about what people are going to say. Guys, these are your 20s, right? These are your 20s. And you're a young adult now, And I feel like a lot of things, you can still get away with now. But yeah, let's play hard, enjoy life, and still be mindful of future. And another thing to help you navigate the 20s, and I know this seems basic, but stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, guys. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Know your timing. Know yourself. Know yourself. Know you. Know you, guys. Know you. And this is one of the most important things. And I find that we overlook it. No, get to know yourself. Get to know you. You personally, deep down. Know you. Who are you? Who are you? I find that we're so busy doing other things that we don't really know ourselves deep down. And this is one of the main reasons why people can't just sit alone, be alone, because when they're alone, it means that they have to face their demons. And sometimes they are not ready to face their demons. If you can't sit alone in a room, it means that you haven't faced your demons. You do not know your deep, darker selves, and knowing yourself. Part of knowing yourself is just accepting that some things won't be for you. When you know yourself, you're going to be steadfast in yourself, steadfast in your journey, steadfast in timing, and knowing that your time will come and you've worked for it. You've worked for it. If you've worked for it, then your time will definitely come. Do not think that your time will come when you have not worked for it. How? So know yourself. If you're unemployed, if you're just going through your 20s and you do not know what's going on, and you have this fear of whether or not you're going to make it. And guys, it's normal to have a fear of whether or not you're going to make it. But just remember why, and just get to know yourself. Yourself deep down, your deepest fears, your likes, what it is that you want to do with life. Sometimes we're so busy, we go to school, we go to university. There's this routine of things that have been set up for us that we just do without even thinking, oh, is this for me? Sometimes just take a step back and think, oh, okay, university, but is university for me? Is it for me? Just because it's a perceived state way of success, it doesn't mean it's for you, and that's what getting to know yourself is. So, here's to your 20s, here's to you. Here's to knowing that your wildest dreams are possible. Here's to the future. Here's to embracing the 20s with whatever that may bring. And lastly, here's to making lemonade from the lemons that life gives us. And here's to knowing that our wildest dreams, whatever that may be, are possible, okay? Alright. Your wildest dreams are possible. They are possible. They are possible. And here's to dreaming big. Here's to dreaming big. Here's to being, ooh, we is a big dream. And cheers to to you. Cheers to the future. Cheers to the girl that made it up in just a sec. Cheers, 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 cheers. Bye. See you on the next video.